Hello, welcome all to the J unit. Today we are going to talk about Mockito. So we are going to talk about it. First of all, Mockito. First of all, what is Mockito? If at all we need to mock the Java objects, then we go for the Mockito. There are two different versions available in the Mockito. Let me go to Google and search for the name Mockito. So whenever we have to write the JUnit test cases, we'll be using both JUnit 4 or 5 along with the Mockito. Okay. Let me search with the ITO Mockito. So when you search for the Mockito, you can see this is the official site. This is a Mockito framework. Okay, you can see the current version is 2. But if you look at the ongoing projects like in any company, they will be still making use of the versions like 1.9 or 1.10. Still, they might have been not using this latest version. So we'll be also talking about the older versions. Older version in the sense 1.x versions. Okay, so so still on Mockito, let's see what's new. So if you look at the Mockito, you can see the coverage is 88 percentage. The passing is the license MIT. The current version is this thing. So if you look at intro, this is the introduction. So if you want to know why Mockito, so here it's showing why we need to use Mockito and how the Mockito, how to use this Mockito, and more information about this. We have few examples and who all can use it and all the stuff, and the related links they have provided for the Mockito. Okay. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a project. I'm going to create a Maven project. Right click on new and say other. I will say Maven. Okay, Maven project. Say next. Okay. So I'm selecting quick start for the standalone project, and let me give the package group ID is this thing, and the name of the project is, I will say, JUnit and Mockito. Mockito. Okay. I will say finish. So when I create the finish, close these projects. To close, let me close the unused projects. I will close these two projects, and this is my current project, done project. Okay. To use Mockito, before first of all I need JUnit, right? So I will use JUnit Maven dependency. So I will use JUnit Maven dependency, and I will use you can use anything. I will say Mockito Maven dependency. Okay. Then if you Mockito dependency, it's showing that it's showing 1.9.5. So we can say that still many projects are still using 1.9 and 1.10. So I'll copy this. This is the Mockito. Okay, before that, let me copy the JUnit 4. Okay, this is the JUnit 4. So I'll go to pom.xml and paste it in the dependencies. So you can see by default it's taking 3.8. So I don't want to go with 3.8. I will select this. I'm selecting 4.12 and then Mockito. So let me copy the Mockito and paste it here. So you can see I selected JUnit 4.12 and Mockito 1.9. Okay. So let me save it and let me say Maven update. You can see at the bottom it's building the workspace. Download sources and Java doc. Okay. Now let me go to Maven dependency and check whether I got the Mockito. Yes, I got the Mockito 1.9 along with the JUnit 4.12. Good. I'm good to go. Let me go to form.xml. You can see If you use Maven, we will be getting two folders, one as source main Java and another one as source main test. The test, we will be writing test cases in the main. The source main Java will be writing source code, and whereas in the source test Java will be writing unit test cases. So first of all, let's talk about let me talk about the requirement. Before going to it, um, so Mockito, we use JUnit test cases for the Java related stuff, whereas for the .NET we use NUnit. You can see this NUnit is for the .NET. It's for used for the .NET testing. Whereas let me select for the map reduce in the Hadoop we have something known as MR. So you can see MR unit. This for the map reduce unit testing. Map reduce is used for the is used in the Hadoop. Okay. So for the okay, if you look at any language, even for the let me go to even for the Angular, we have the unit testing. So for the Angular unit testing, what we'll be using? So if you look at any technology, we'll be definitely making use of the unit test cases. So we use Karma, we use Jasmine, all those things. Okay, for the unit testing. So if you look at any language, we definitely have the unit testing. That is to automate the test cases whatever we have. Okay, automate the methods whatever we have in the classes. Okay, so let me talk about the example. Let me first of all we have seen. Uh, so we have seen. So let me talk about one scenario. Here, what I'm going to do is first of all, let's say that. Um, so let's say that I have two people, two people working in a project. So let's say that I have the two persons working in a project. So this is the person one, this is the person two. Okay. So I have given some work to it. One to this person one. So this is the person one, and he is the person two. So he is the person two. So I have given some work to person one. So he is the person two. So what I told him is to develop a class, Java class, which lists out all the employees, which is going to list out all the employees present in a company. So I told him to write the list, to find the list of employees. So list of employees um, available in company, present in company. Okay, I told him to find out the list. So whereas in second person, I told him to use this class which is written by person one, which lists out the employees present in the company, and to search for a specific person. I told him to search for a specific specific person person by name. I told him to search a specific name. Here it's going to list out all the employees, but whereas the person to his responsibility is to take this list and to search for a specific name. But let's say that the logic to write the list of employees is very complex. Let's say that he told that the list of employees will be completed in a 1 month. So to write the logic he say that it will be completed. Um, let's say that he takes 1 month. So, if he's taking 1 month, so this person, second person has to wait for the 1 month to write his condition, because he's dependent on this logic. He's, first of all, he needs to get the list of employees. Only then he will be able to find a specific person by name. So what he can do is, instead of waiting for him to complete this logic, what he will be doing is, he'll be making use of his interface. Definitely, first of all, if at all he has to work on this thing, he has to create an interface. So he'll be implementing that interface. So what he'll be doing is, instead of writing this thing, he will be assuming it. He'll be mocking. He will be mocking that, mocking as if that particular class is available. So, and then start writing. Okay. Let's say that he has let's say that, so this is the interface. So let's say that this is the interface the person one needs to work on. Okay. So this is the person two. So he will be taking somewhere around 1 month to complete his logic. So meanwhile, what the second person with what it's going to do is, he's going to take this employee search interface and it's going to mock it. He's going to mock the employee interface. The second person, what he'll be doing is, he will be mocking the employee search interface, and then start using it. Okay, let's see how it's going to do. Mock it, and it's going to directly call the method known as find employee by name. Let's say he is going to do that. Okay, first of all, let me create the interface with the name employee search. This is let me change the package name. Let's say that this is the package name. Even here, change the package name. Okay, so let's say that I have some interface. Say from interface. We'll say new interface. Um, employee list. Okay, I'll say list of employees. Find list of employees. This is the interface. I will say finish. So it's going to find the list of employees. Okay, inside it, I'm going to have the method known as private. Uh, let's say it's going to list, right? So I will say list of string. Okay, and the name is let me change this to list. Okay, find the list of employees, and let's say this is the instance method what I have. Let me place my cursor on the list. Okay, it's taking some time. Okay, let me place my cursor on the list and import the list from the java.util and find remove invalid modifier. What is the modifier? Okay, okay, I have given private, right? Let me change it to public. Now this is the let's say this is the interface available. And then let's say that person one, let me create a package which is being worked by person one. Let's say this is the person one. Okay, person one, I will say finish. Let me right click on it and say new and class. Uh, let's say his name is implementing. He needs to work on the implementation of the interface, right? In list of employees, IMPL implementation. I will say okay. I will say okay. If at all you want to add the interface, you can add it here. Okay, list of employees. So if at all you want to add that, say finish. So you can see it's implementing the interface known as list of employees. So let's say that employee person one is working on this implementation, and it will take some time. He's taking, let's say his work is going to take 1 month to write the implementation. So whereas the person who he can't wait till he completes it. So what he will do is, let me create one more package with a name. Let me create a class for the. So what he will do is class. So his responsibility to search from the list of employees. He needs to find whether particular employee with a name is available in the list of employees or not. So what he will be doing is he is going to search employee. Okay. I will add interface. Okay. We search employee and let's say that I will say finish. So this is the search employee. Here what he will be doing is he will be searching by the he will be searching with the name of this guy. So let's say that this is a spring. This is the spring uh, Maven project. So what I will do is I will add a spring dependency to it. Dependency. I'll select the latest version. I'll go to repository. Okay. I want spring context. Spring context. So let me select that, and this is the latest version. I will go with the latest version. Let me copy this and paste it inside the form.xml. I'll format it. So, so what I'm going to do is I need to let's say that this search employee. So what I will do is I need to um, first of all I need to mock the interface. Where is the interface? List of. Okay, let me use keyboard. I'll say interface. I will say list of PMP So, so what I need to get the properties, what I will do is I will be doing AutoWare. Okay, AutoWire. So I have AutoWire, the interface. So when I do the interface, definitely I can make use of this interface and call the implementation methods, right? Implementation class methods. Okay. So what I will be doing is, so let me create a method. So using this method, what I will be doing is, let me say that it is public. Um, So it's going to return string, right? So it's going to return the employee. I would say search by name. So this will search by name. Okay. So what I will do is I will using this object, interface object. I will be directly calling the I'll be calling the methods present available in it. What is method find list by employees? So once I get the find list of employees, so what I will be getting, it's of the type list. So it's going to find list employee. So let's say that let's say I got the employee list. Let me place my cursor. What is the error? Syntax error on token strict FP exception. Okay, don't know what is that. So I have the call methods. So what I need to do is using this emp list, I need to search search for the names. I need to say contains some name. Let's say that I have. Let me add some name. Some name. So I will search this thing. So if it contains, then it will be. So I'll be using boolean. I got this thing. Public boolean. Okay. So boolean of search and let me return this. Okay. I'll be using name here. Okay. Let me return this. Okay. Let me return this. So what I'm doing is, as I don't have the implementation, so first of all, the implementation is being worked by this person, other person. So, so that keep working with the second person. Okay. So in the component I have the interface, so which is going to search a list of employees. I have the method. So the person is working on the implementation of this thing. Okay, but he is going to take some time. He is going to take 1 month. So before he completes 1 month, the person too can't set ideally, right? So what will be, he will be directly starting, directly starting his class. So he'll be using AutoWhile to get the object for it, his list of employees. So using this list of employees, he will be calling the method known as find list of methods. After calling this, he will be getting employee list. So he will be verifying with this particular employee, the name. So he's going to, let's say that he has provided some name. He's going to search for that name and verify whether the particular employee is present in that list or not. If he is present, okay. If it is not present, then it's going to return false. Okay. So that's the thing. So let's say that we need to write unit testing for this. Okay. Let's say that we need to write the unit test first for the search employee dot class. Okay. We need to write for this. So what I will do is I will right click on it, say new other JUnit test case. I will select 4 and I will say next, and I will select the methods present in it. So search by employee. I will say finish. When you say finish, automatically uh, a class will be created with the same package name inside the source test Java. Here you can see This is the source main Java. This is the source test Java. The source is Java with similar package name. It will be created with a class with a name known as search employee by test. You will be adding the test in. So let me write the JUnit test cases for this. So this is my class and this is my JUnit test cases. So what I will do is format this way. You can see this is my actual class. I need to write the JUnit for this here. So I'm keeping the side by side so that it becomes very easy for me to write the JUnit test cases. Okay. First of all, I need to do the code cut. Code cut. So as I need to do the code cut, what we're doing is here is doing auto wire. So for all the auto wires, I need to mark, mark the directly copy this thing. Or for Mockito. Okay. I imported the Mockito. Good. So all the auto wire components I have marked here. Okay. So the other way of mocking is instead of doing this, we can mock in another way. We can mock the interfaces in some other way. So what I will do, I will show you that method first of all. So what you need to do is you need to use the a method known as mock. So inside the mock, you can place this interface. Instead of a dot, you can say dot class. So so this thing, so this thing is going to return the mock. Okay. So using this mock, what you can do is you can call the methods present inside this list of employees. So we say when I say dot, it will automatically show the methods available present in it. So I'll be calling this. Okay, of calling this. So here I need to write a condition known as when I call this mock, when I call this find list of employees, then do something, then return something. What it's going to return? It's going to return the list. Sorry, it's going to return the employee dot contains, right? So what I will do is so that's what I have done. So what I will be doing is I will mocking this condition. So mocking this condition, what? So what it will do? It will list out. It's going to list the list of employees, right? So what I will say is when you call this method, you simply need to do something. What you need to do? Control space. Okay. Add the import. So dot. When you call this, then you need to return what? Then you need to return list of values. So it's automatically taking the list. So it's going to return the list of values. So I will say the values. So what are the list of values it needs to return? Let me say, so values will be list of values. So for that what I will do is I will say arrays or dot as list. So I will add dummy value. So what I will add my name here. Um, so then I will add Jim. Then I will add Harry. So let's say that I have added these things. Okay, let me end it with a semicolon. What I'm doing is So whenever we call this methods, then I'm saying to return these array list. So I'm writing some dummy values here. Okay, pass some dummy values. Then what I'm doing is then what I'm doing is then if you go to main this if you go to Java class source code. So after calling this, what we're saying, I'm calling the find list of employees. Okay, then you're returning. Then what you're doing, then returning this method, right? Search by employee, search by name. So we are writing test case for this name. Search by name. So inside this, what we're doing, we're calling find list. We have called it and we got some list. Then what we are saying, we are comparing empa.list not contains, then do something. We will write the same thing here. Okay, so I have so now what I need to do is I need to call this method. To call this method, first of all, I need to create the object for this class. Okay, so I have first of all for the interface have mocked it and I'm passing some dummy values for the interface. Now what I'm going to do is I need to call this method. I need to call this. So first of all, I will create the object for the search employee. Okay, I will create the object for the search employee. Okay, I got the search employee. So using the search employee, what I will do is I will call the search by name method. So name method, what I will be passing. So let me pass some name. I need to pass some name here. So what I will pass is I will pass some name. I will pass it as I will pass as this. I'll pass some name here. Okay. So I need to write this as a condition. So I will say assert control space. I'm going to have something known as contents. Okay, I will say assert equals assert true, because if you look at this thing, it's returning the boolean value, right? The search by name is returning the boolean value. So I need to use assert true. Let's say this is true. Okay, then I need to write this condition. So if search dot employee search by name, you're passing value. If the search dot contains the A.S.I.F, then it's going to return. But whereas the search here, if you look at this, when I'm calling search, it will pass the this value name. So it's going to call the list of employees. So the list of employees definitely has, we are working the list of employees. The list of employees already has these names. Okay, so we are marking this condition list of. So we are automatic. We got some list of employees here. So what we are doing is here when we call the search by employees with some name, it's going to search in this name. It's going to search in this list. So it's going to present or not. So if it is present, then obviously the assert condition will be true. So let me run it. See whether my condition is passing or not. What's happening is null pointer exception. I'm getting null pointer exception. Why null pointer exception? Search by name. Okay. So what I will doing is instead of creating the mock dot method, instead of using mock method, I will make use of the mock annotation present in the JUnit core. Okay, you can see it's mocked as from the 1.9 version. So I will directly make use of the mock annotation. So whenever you use mock annotation, definitely we need to make use of the inject mock. So inject max for the main class. So this is the main class. I'm injecting the main class. So for the interface, I'm using as I have the auto wire here. So for the auto wire, I'm using mock to get the to mock the list of employees mock. So, so what I'm doing is, so after that, we also need before we also need to initiate the mocks. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm injecting. First of all, I need to inject the class into this test. Then I'm injecting then I'm mocking the interface present in it. Then what I'm doing is I'm initiating all the mocks. Mock annotations dot init dot this. So I need to make use of these things whenever you make use of the inject mock and mock. Okay, that's a mandatory. Here, what I'm doing is, let me try it one more time. So what I will do is I'm saying, if you like, this is the class, right? Okay, so this is my the class for which I am writing JUnit test cases. So what I'm doing is, first of all, I need to mock the interface, right? So first of all, what it's doing, I need to write the uh, I need to conditions for it. First of all, I will mock the so I have mocked this thing. So I'm using this mock method. So what I will do is use mock object. I will say mock dot. So calling the methods present inside this interface. So first of all, I mock this interface. So using this object created for this interface, what I will do is whenever you call this mock dot interface, then I'm saying to dot when I say then saying to return what list of strings. Okay, so what is this list of strings? So what I'm doing is I'm going to hard code this thing. So, I'm going to hard code this value. So I'll be using res dot as list. So let me hard code the values. So the hard code it as this, and next other value is Harry. The other value is, let's say that this interface implementation of implements, let's say that these are the list of employees we are getting. Okay, so I mark this interface. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to call this method. So I'm writing this interface for this method, right? Test search by name. So to call this search by name method, first of all I need to create the object for it. So I have already done that. I use inject mock to mock the class name. So using this class name, so what I will be doing is I will be calling search by name. To search by name, I will be providing some dummy name. Let's say that it's of type, I'm providing this name. So what I will do is I will try to find out whether it's going to this will be passed to this method as a string, right? So it's going to search call this method. We have already mocked this method and we have passed the string. So what it's going to say that emp.list.contains ASCII format. So as we have mocked the emp list, so it's going to definitely it has already has the name A.S.I.F. So it's going to search with the name what we have provided. That is also A.S.I.F. So as it is present, it's going to throw true. So here the return type is boolean, right? So what I will do is I will say assert uh, true. I will use true boolean. So this is a condition. So I'm saying I'm looking for my expected condition is true, and if this is also true, then my test case will be passed. Okay, let me try this. Let me run it as JUnit. So you can see. So So these are the list of employees I have mocked. So it's searching for the name present inside this list. So as it has the name ASIF, so it's returning this one. So let me return some other. Let me give some wrong name which is not present in the list. Okay, I'll save and let me run it as JUnit. Okay, now it should fail. Fail because uh, assertion error. So why I got the assertion? Because this name is not present inside this list, this mocked list, mocked interface. Okay, so that's the reason we got this exception. So that's how we'll be making use of it. Okay, so previous to this mock, we used to make use of the stubs, which is nothing but creating the implementation, which is creating a separate class with the implementation of the interface, and there we used to pass these values. Okay, that is the stub that is known as the stubbing, which is an old way of doing. So as of now, in the current situation, the current projects, we are making use of mocks instead of stubbing. Okay, you can see how easy we have mocked things. So that's all for now. Before that, let me talk about these things. So we have what we have done is we have used the annotation known as inject mocks. So inject mock is going to create the object for this class. So for this class, so we have created the object for this. So mock is nothing but to mock all the interfaces we'll be using mocks. Okay. So created the object known as mock. So using this mock object, I will be mocking the interface. Okay, mocking the interface. I'll be calling this method, then I will say then return. So whatever based upon the return type. So let's say that this mocking is returning some as of it's returning, you can see the type list of employees. Okay, so I have, if you go to interface, where is the interface? So interface is present in com.arco, right? So it's saying that this interface is returning the list. So what I will do is, so I have given, so I have as a list, I have written in some list of values to it because its return type is list. Okay. So whereas this class, so my class for which I am writing the unit test cases, for this class it has this method. So I'm writing the unit test case for this. So I'm testing this test case. So what I need to do to call this method, I need the object for this, which I already injected by using the inject mocks. Okay, so using this inject mock, I will be calling this method as I'm passing some dummy value to this. You can see, so it's taking the string, some name of string. So I'm passing the dummy value to it. So once I pass to it, so if this particular name contains, is present inside the list, then it's going to return true. If it is not, it's going to return false. Okay. So this is the positive scenario. Let me write the negative scenario. Let me copy this, paste it here. Search by name. I will say if not found. Name if not found. So this is the negative case. So what I will do is I will say assert of false. Assert of false. So when I search this name, it will search present in this name or not. Okay, this is my positive scenario and this is my negative scenario. Let me test this thing. In the negative scenario, what I have given some dummy name which is not present in the list. So you can see ABCDEF is not present in this list. So here this is positive scenario. This should pass. I'm passing the value which is present inside it. Here I'm passing the value, string value which is not present inside this negative value. So let me test all this. To test all the cases, what I need to do is I need to select the class name, not the method name. Then say run it as JUnit. So it's going to run both the test cases. You can see both the test cases are passed. 2 out of 2. So you can see my positive test case took 0.728 seconds, whereas my negative test case took 0.0004 seconds. So both the test cases are passed. So this is how we write the positive and negative scenarios for you by using Mockito. That's all for now. In the next session, we'll be talking much more about Mockitos.